Good evening, Caesar.
Good evening, teacher.
Good evening, Felix. Good evening, Mary. Well, Mary is connected well. Caesar, first time that you are the first one.
Yeah, that's because I didn't work today.
Okay, so that's what it's Caesar, and then you were.
The other days is because I didn't travel anymore with my wife. She has another schedule, and I have to take the public transport. That's a mess.
Yeah, I imagine that. Good. We also have Felix. How are you, Felix?
I find teacher. I I'm working overtime because cook worker, second cook worker, on vacation.
He's on vacation.
He yes, he's on vacation. Return the 23 23 December
December 23rd.
December 23rd. Return cook worker.
Okay. So one day before Christmas Eve.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Good. Now, well, I guess the other people are going to be out of class today. Joshua has to work. Then the other person, I guess, was Constantino. So there are some people working. Oscar doesn't have internet. And we are going to have, let's see, the second class. So you'll finish next week. And you all need to know these topics that are coming these days. So let's get started. Caesar, what's something that you enjoy doing on weekends? Caesar, what's something that you enjoy doing on weekends? Well, I think he had problem with connection. Caesar, yeah, I think he had problem. So we have Constantino, Cecilia, Javier, and Carlos. Good evening, guys.
Good
Good
evening,
evening.
teacher.
All right. So Caesar is back. So Caesar, what's something that you enjoy doing on weekends?
I have time with my family, going for an ice cream and rest.
So you enjoy spending time with your family and having an ice cream.
Yeah.
Good, good. Felix, what do you enjoy doing on weekends?
Last weekend.
No, what do you enjoy doing on weekends?
Uh, only work and little time with family.
Okay, but do you enjoy working on weekends?
No enjoy.
Oh, okay, so that's my question.
No enjoy.
What do you enjoy doing
Okay,
on weekends?
in, in little time with my family in my house. They watch TV. The program uh, Nickelodeon only.
Okay, good. So you enjoy watching cartoons. Good.
Yes.
Eh, Constantino, what do you enjoy doing on weekends?
Mm, um, for example, watch series, uh, or generally, I I go with my brother uh, and drink coffee.
Drink coffee.
Yeah,
Okay.
the moment, yeah.
Okay. Good. Let's see, Cecilia. What do you enjoy doing on weekends, Cecilia?
Um, Nothing.
Nothing.
I nothing. Um, Only, how do you say cuidar?
Take care.
Cuidar. Take care the puppies.
Take care of your puppies.
Yes.
Okay, so you enjoy taking care of your puppies.
Yes.
Good. How many puppies do you have?
And six.
Oh, okay. So you have a lot. How old are they?
Um, 7 days.
7.
Yes.
Okay. They are newborn. Good.
Mm.
We also have Carlos. Carlos, what do you enjoy doing on weekends? Carlos? Carlos? Is it me or I can hear? Well, is it me or nobody can hear Carlos?
No, listen, everybody.
Oh, now I can hear you.
Okay. I sometimes spend time with my friends. We go out to eat and pass pass the time. Or sometimes I help I help my mom with her business with because she's starting a restaurant or a full business.
Okay. Interesting.
So
Good. Do you enjoy helping your mother?
yes, because I pass time with her,
I spent
and
I spend time with her
I
at the
can
same time.
just just
Okay. Good. Javier, what do you enjoy doing on weekends?
I I join in the week. I play I play with my son, my daughter. Uh, I see a movie and uh, I play basketball only Sunday.
Okay.
Only that.
Good. What about Stanley?
Well, on weekend I spend time with my daughter and my wife, and we go to shopping to the supermarket for the week. And we stay at home. We try to go to some place sometimes, but in this time is very difficult for the situation.
Yes, you're right. It is difficult for this virus that everyone has to be protected. You need to have to keep the distance and like that. So it is complicated. Good. And the last one, Christian, how or what do you enjoy doing on weekends?
Um, visiting the church with my family and my girlfriend.
Good. Where do you go exactly?
Uh, Adventist church on
Okay.
Saturdays
And where
because
is it?
my days off is Friday on Saturday.
Good. And where do you go exactly? Like the city?
Oh no, it's in a Wachacom
Do you
in the center of Wachacom.
do you travel there or you live there?
Uh, Two. I have a house. What? Sorry. The house of my family is it's in Nawachapam. I travel uh, always on my day off.
Okay. Good. Good. So those activities are activities that you enjoy doing, and that is something that we are going to check today. But before that, now we have like 8 people, so we can have the attendance. So you say present when you hear your name. First person, Felix Ernesto Castellanos.
Present.
Joshua is not here because he's working. He asked for permission. Carlos Eduardo,
Present. Present teacher.
good. Cesar Santiago Benavides,
Present.
Christian Armando,
Present.
good. Adolfo is not here. Cecilia Guadalupe Castro,
Present.
Kenya is not here. Nancy is coming late. David is not here. Melvin Jonathan is not here. Oscar doesn't have internet, maybe later. Constantino Guardado Guardado.
Present.
Mario Hernandez. Well, Mary is not connected with the audio, but he's here. Stanley Pina.
Present.
Javier Mengíbar.
Present.
Brenda is not here. Daniel Peña. No, he's not here. And he said that I don't know who she is. Okay, so as I was saying before, we will check today how to describe different activities. And I know that some of you know how to do these things. So some of you know how to say, I enjoy, like Christian said, I enjoy going to church. I enjoy spending time with my family. I enjoy watching movies and the rest. So all those activities that you said. Now, we are going to check a conversation and I'm going to read it for you. You can write down those words that you don't know, and then you can ask me about their meanings. So this is between Hugo and Milton. So Hugo says, the sales were not so good this month. Therefore, increasing our sales is our target this month. Do you have any idea about what to do? Sure. First, analyzing and keeping track on the incomes and outcomes have to be mandatory on each cell. That's a good idea. Also, I'm interested in buying raw materials, so we save more money. However, I prefer getting a bank loan for that, but I know that we can pay it with the incomes we get. I'm concerned about asking for money, but let's write it out. Now, questions that you don't know? Questions that you don't know, vocabulary that you don't know?
Therefore,
Therefore, therefore is like if you say, así que, mm, or así que, another synonym, de esta manera, so like that, therefore, así que.
Entonces.
Yeah, it could be like entonces, similar to so.
Por lo tanto, no.
Por lo tanto, that was the other synonym that I wanted. Por lo tanto, así que, another word,
Eh, bank loan. loan.
A bank loan is préstamo bancario. A bank loan. Another one? No more? Okay, so
Out, out, outcomes,
incomes,
out, no,
outcomes.
outcomes.
Okay, incomes, entradas, outcomes, salidas, or ingresos y egresos. Incomes and outcomes. Keep track means to follow, to check, to verify. Okay, so now let's see Cecilia. What's the meaning of raw materials? Raw materials. Cecilia?
I don't know, teacher. Row?
Yes? Raw material.
No, row, no idea.
Because if you only translate raw, raw is crudo. But raw material is something different. Who knows the answer? Who knows the meaning?
Materia prima.
Exactly. It is materia prima, raw material. Let's see, Christian, what's the meaning of however?
Sin embargo,
Exactly. Sin embargo. Sin embargo. Now, last person will be Constantino. What's the meaning of let's try it out? Let's try it out.
No, teacher. I don't know.
Okay, let's see. Javier, do you know it? Let's try it out.
I don't see.
It's the last one. In the last part, in the last participation of Milton, it says, I'm concerned about asking for money, but let's try it out. No?
Oh no.
Okay, Stanley?
Vamos a intentarlo.
Exactly. Intentar. Try something out. Let's try it out. Good. I'm concerned, it's similar to say I'm worried. Yes, I'm concerned, I'm worried. So now this conversation is going to be between Caesar and Stanley. So Caesar is going to be Hugo and Stanley is going to be Milton.
Okay. The sales were not so good this month. Therefore, increasing our sales is our target this month.
Do you have any idea about what to do?
Sure. First, analyzing and keeping track on the incomes and outcomes have to be mandatory on each sale.
That's a good idea. Also, I'm interested in buying raw materials. So we say money, we say more money.
However, I prefer getting a bank loan for that, but I know that we can pay it with the incomes we get.
I'm concerned about asking for money. But let's try it out.
Try it out. Try it out.
Right.
Try it out. Try it out. Good. Next one. Felix is going to be Hugo, and let's see. Carlos Eduardo is going to be Milton.
Okay, the sales were not so good this month. Therefore, therefore is increasing our sales is our target this month.
Do you have any idea about what to do?
Sure. First, analyze and keeping track of the incomes and outcomes have the monitor on each sale.
Mm, that's a, that's a good idea. I'm interested in buying raw materials so we save more money.
However, I prefer getting a bank loan for that, but I know that we can pay in with the income we get.
I'm concerned about asking for money, but let's try it out.
Okay. So now, just in the pronunciation, it is concerned, concerned, yes, and interested, interested. I'm interested in buying raw materials. Good. Next one. Cecilia is going to be Hugo, and Christine is going to be Milton.
The sales were not so good this month, therefore increasing our sales is our target this month.
Do you have any idea about what to do?
Sure, first analyzing track on the incomes and outcomes how to be mandatory of each source.
That's a good idea. Also, I'm interested in buying raw material. So we save more money.
However, I prefer getting a bank loan for that, but I know that we can pay in with the income we get.
I am concerned about asking for money, but let's try it out.
Good. So the pronunciation concerned, concerned with D at the end. And the other one is sales. The sales were not so good. The sales, sales, sales. Next one. Let's see. Constantino. Did you participate, Constantino?
No.
Okay, so Constantino. And do you participate, Sunny? Yes. So Javier. Constantino Hugo, Javier Milton.
The sales were not so good this month. Thereof, increasing our sales is our target this month.
Do you have any idea about what to do?
Sure. First, analyzing and keeping track on the incomes and outcomes. How to be mandatory on each sale.
That's a good idea. Also, I am interested in buying raw material so we save more money.
However, I prefer getting a bank loan for that, but I know that we can pay pay it with the incomes we get.
I am concerned about asking for money, but let's try it out.
Good. The pronunciation is concerned. Concerned. And the other one is therefore. Therefore, increasing, increasing, and raw. Raw materials. Next one, Melvin is going to be Hugo and Adolfo Milton.
Good evening. The sales were not so good this month. Therefore, increase our sales is our target this month.
Do you have any idea about what to do?
Sure, first analyzer and keeping track on the incoming and upcoming. How to be mandatory on each salary.
That's good idea. Also, I'm interested in buying raw material, so we save more money.
However, I prefer getting a bank low for that. But I know we can pay it with in the coming we get.
Uh, I'm concerned about asking for money, but let me try it out.
Okay, just the pronunciation, it is sales, no sales. It is sales. The sales were not so good this month. Therefore, increasing our sales is our target this month. Do you have any idea about what to do? Sure. First, analyzing and keeping track on the incomes and outcomes. How to be mandatory on each sale. That's a good idea. Also, I'm interested in buying raw materials, so we save more money. However, I prefer getting a bank loan for that, but I know that we can pay it with the incomes we get. I'm concerned about asking for money, but let's try it out. Yes? So these two people don't have money to keep their business, so they need a loan. Now we have questions over here in the number three. First question is going to be for Carlos. Second question is going to be for Felix, and the last one for Christian. Carlos, you're number one.
Okay, what is the objective of this month? The objective is increase their sales in this.
Good. Yes, their objective is the same thing that you have on target. Target is objective. Yes. So what you're saying is true. Increasing their sales. Yes, that is the objective or the target. Good. Number two.
What are some steps they want to follow? Um, the answer, analyzing and keeping.
And
And keeping,
yes, that is one step.
keeping.
Analyzing and keeping track on the incomes and
And
outcomes. One.
okay, only.
It's not only one step because it says
Okay.
first, analyzing and keeping track of the incomes and outcomes have to be mandatory.
Uh, the the fair analyzing and the keeping track on the incomes and outcome have the mandatory on each sale.
Yes, that is one.
Uh,
Another, because you have to tell me the steps, not only one
okay,
step.
okay,
Another action.
and
Mhm.
buying raw materials.
Perfect. Buying raw materials is another step because they will save money.
Okay,
What else?
Or, um, Hugo prefer getting a bank loan.
Okay, good. So analyzing and keeping track on the incomes and outcomes, buying raw materials, and getting a bank loan.
Okay.
Yes, good. Now number three, Christian.
Is the last sentence to Felix to getting a van loan is it's the worry about.
Yes, getting a bank loan or asking for money. Asking for money.
Yes,
Good. Good. So as you can see in the conversation, you have words like increasing, analyzing, keeping, buying, getting, and asking. So those words are gerunds. And you can tell me, oh, but they are actions at the moment. No, they are not actions at the moment. These are only verbs. Verbs or gerunds. Gerunds are like when you say incrementar, analizar, mantener, comprar. So those are verbs, but you put them in gerund. Gerund is the ing, but it's not describing an action at the moment. How do you know that it's not describing an action at the moment? Easy, because for an action at the moment, you need the verb be. So you need to say, I am increasing, he is increasing, she is increasing, they are increasing. If you don't have the verb be, you cannot say that that is present continuous. Yes, you need the verb be. If you don't have the verb be, so it is a gerund, a simple and normal verb. Yes, but why do you write it with ing? Why not only increase, or why not only I prefer get, or why not I'm concerned about to ask or about ask? Well, every word has a rule, and this is what we are going to check in the next part. You can use gerunds in different ways. You can use gerunds at the beginning of a sentence. Whenever you start a sentence, you always start with a gerund, always. So you cannot tell me, buy a new house is my next goal. No. Why not? Because you never start with a verb in the base form. You need to change it to a gerund, so you need to use the ing form. Buying a new house is my next objective. Or, in this case, increasing our sales is mandatory. Producing high quality goods is our target. Now you can also tell me, but you can use infinitive at the beginning of a sentence. Maybe you can use infinitive, but the meaning will be completely different. Because if you use infinitive at the beginning of a sentence, what you're describing is a purpose, why you're doing it. So if you say, for example, to learn English is important to study every day, to learn English. So in that case, you say, para aprender inglés. Why? Because you are studying a sentence and you are starting with an objective. The objective is always in infinitive. Yes? So you always use to in the base form if you are describing an objective. But if you're not describing an objective, if you are not giving a reason why or how you need to do something, so then you use gerunds. Always at the beginning of a sentence, if you have a verb and you're not describing a purpose or a reason, you need to use a gerund. That is the first one. The second one is after some verbs. You have a list of verbs that is followed by gerunds. You have a list of verbs that is followed by infinitive. and you have a list of verbs that is followed by either infinitive or gerunds. Yes? So you have both. And the reason why you have that list of verbs is because you need to know which verbs you have to use in gerunds and which verbs you have to use in infinitive, because it all depends on the verbs. For example, I asked you, what do you enjoy doing? That was my first question. What do you enjoy doing on weekends? So, enjoy doing. Why not enjoy do or enjoy to do? Because after the verb enjoy, you need to use gerunds. And that is a rule. So, that's why I say I enjoy playing, I enjoy swimming, I enjoy going, I enjoy drinking, celebrating, driving, whatever you mention. Yes? So after some verbs, you always have the gerund. And after all prepositions, you always have gerunds. After the preposition in, after the preposition about, after preposition of, after preposition for. So after all prepositions that you can imagine, you always use gerunds. So you have to keep in mind these three things. If you start a sentence with a verb, that verb needs to be with ing. If you have a list of verbs and after those verbs you have a verb, it needs to be in gerund. And if you have a preposition, after those prepositions you have to use gerunds. Now let's see. Subject is easy. You know that is the first thing that you have to write in a sentence. After prepositions is easy because you identify a preposition and then you use the ing. The complicated thing is probably knowing which verbs you have to use with gerunds and which verbs you have to use with infinitives. So let's ask this thing. I will give you just some examples and you're going to use Schoology today. So who's using computers? No one? Stan is using computer, Christian, Caesar, Carlos, and Constantino. So we have 5 people. Okay, so you are 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. So yes, you're going to work in pairs. And I will tell you later what you have to do because you're going to work on Schoology. So let's start just to give you an introduction because you will see them later. So the first thing that you have to remember is that you have 4 lists of verbs. The first list is verbs followed by gerunds. It means that after these verbs, the next verb is always in ing form. After the verb, enjoy. After the verb, dislike. After the verb, mind. You always use gerunds. Always. So you will never say, I enjoy to dance. I enjoy dancing. I enjoy travel. I enjoy traveling. Yes? So after enjoy, the next verb has to be in the ing form. After dislike, the same thing. After mind, the same thing. So you say, I don't mind, let's say Christian goes to Aguachapan, and in Aguachapan they make, how do you call this? It's not flor de sote, pacaya. So they make pacaya. And Christian says, I don't mind eating pacayas. So he says that he doesn't have any problems eating pacaya. So he can eat it. No problem, he says. So I don't mind. And then the gerund. You can never say, I don't mind to eat pacayas. Or I don't mind eat pacaya. Never. You always say, I don't mind eating pacaya. Or I don't mind drinking coffee. I don't mind waking up early. So I don't mind, and then the general form. So after enjoy, after dislike, after mind, and after some verbs, you need to use the ing form in the next verb. But sometimes you're going to use some verbs, and after those verbs, you need to use infinitive. For example, after the verb need, after the verb have, after the verb want, you always use infinitive. So, for example, you say, I need to study. I need to study. You never say, I need study or I need work. I need to work. I need to study. I have to work. I have to study. I want to study. I want to work. So, after these verbs, you always have infinitives in the next verb. Then you have a third list. In this third list, you will find verbs that can be followed by infinitive or gerunds as you prefer, and the meaning is 99% exactly the same thing. Yes? So those verbs are like, love, um, hate, and others. So after these three verbs, you can use infinitive or gerunds, and the meaning can be understood. So, for example, if I say like, you can say I like to drive and I like driving. You can say I like to play soccer and I like playing soccer, and both are correct. You can say I like to swim and I like swimming, and both are correct. You can say I like to watch TV and I like watching TV, and the meaning is the same. Same thing with love. I love dancing, I love to dance. Same thing. I hate dancing, I hate to dance. I hate traveling by bus, I hate to travel by bus. Yes? The meaning is basically the same. You're describing an action that you hate. But the only little difference is that sometimes when you say the gerund after the verb like, love, and hate, you're describing that is something that you usually do like a routine. And when you use infinitive, you're saying it like if you do it, or you like it, or you hate it, or you love it, only when you have the opportunity. So if you say, I like to play soccer, you play soccer when you have the opportunity. But if you say, I like playing soccer, you are saying that you play soccer very often with some sequence or some, um, let's say, frequency. Yes? So that makes a difference. You can use like, love, and hate with both verbs, infinitive or gerunds, but the only difference is that if you say, I hate to travel by bus, you hate to travel only when you have the opportunity. If you say, I hate traveling, that means that you do it every day and you hate it. Yes? But in a normal conversation, if you say, I hate to travel or I hate traveling, there is not a big deal if you say, I hate to travel or I hate traveling. The person is not going to ask you, do you do it every day? No, they understand the conversation. If they want to ask you, they will ask you, how often do you travel by bus? Yes? So you can use either infinitive or gerunds, and the meaning will be 99% the same. Now, there is another list of verbs, and this is the last one, where you have infinitive or gerunds, but the meaning is completely different. So here you have the verb stop, you have the verb remember, and you have the verb forget. Obviously, you have more. But if you say stop, for example, let's say that Adolfo wants to invite Melvin to smoke. So Adolfo asks Melvin, hey Melvin, do you want a cigarette? And then Melvin says, no, thank you. And then he says this, I stopped smoking yesterday. I stopped smoking yesterday. So in this case, you're saying, dejé de fumar. Yes, so you don't smoke anymore. Yes, you finished that action. But what happens if you use infinitive? If you say, I stopped to smoke, what you're saying is, paré para fumar. I stopped to smoke. It means that probably you were working and then you stopped to smoke, or you were walking and then you stopped to smoke. So you stopped an activity to start another one. And this is like a little bit complicated because you can get confused, or probably not like you can get confused, but you can make people get confused. Yes? So you need to pay attention to this. If you want to express that the action finished and you don't do it anymore, use gerund form. If you want to express that you stop an action to start another action, use infinitive. Yes? Now, using remember. For example, if I tell you, uh, hey Stanley, your homework is not in Schoology. What happened to you? And then he says, teacher, I remember doing my homework. So if Stanley says, I remember doing my homework, Stanley is saying, yo me acuerdo que lo hice. Yes, I remember doing my homework. Me acuerdo que lo hice. I remember doing my homework. Me acuerdo que lo hice. Yes? But if Stanley says, I remember to do my homework, he's saying, me acuerdo que tengo que hacerlo. I remember to do my homework. Me acuerdo que tengo que hacer mi tarea. Yes, that is the definition. I remember to do my homework. But if you say, I remember doing my homework, it means, me acuerdo que lo hice. Me acuerdo que hice la tarea. I remember doing my homework. In my mind, I have the specific moment that I was working on my homework. Yes, so I remember doing my homework. I did it. And I remember to do my homework. I remember that I have the obligation to do it. Yes, similar to forget. Christian would say, oh teacher, sorry, but yesterday I was so tired and I forgot to send you the homework. So if Christian says this, I forgot to send you the homework, Christian is telling me that he forgot his responsibility. Yes, I forgot to send you the homework. And then I say, hey Christian, did you send the homework? And then Christian says, I forgot sending the homework. So if Christian tells me I forgot sending the homework, he's telling me, olvidé si envié la tarea. No me acuerdo si la envié. I forgot sending the homework. It's different from I forgot to send. En la primera ustedes están seguros que no la enviaron. A usted se le olvidó enviarla. I forgot to send the homework. But if you say I forgot sending the homework, olvidé si envié la tarea. En otras palabras, a lo mejor sí lo hizo o a lo mejor no, pero se le olvidó esa parte de si lo hizo o no. Yes? So you need to pay attention to these verbs because you have to know the meaning, because if you don't know the meaning, you make people get confused. Probably they can understand something different. Now, any questions about it? No? Okay. Now, as I said before, you will find gerunds at the beginning of a sentence. When you start a verb, you always use the ing form. So you can tell me, for next year, uh, driving driving a truck will be my objective. Driving a truck will be my objective. So driving a truck is manejar un, una camioneta, un camión. Driving a truck is my objective. So that is the first one. Driving my car is my objective. Or maybe Christian has another objective, and Christian is going to say objective or goal. And Christian says, learning French is my new objective. Learning French. In that case, you're not going to translate it like aprendiendo inglés. No, in that case, it is aprender inglés. Learning English is my objective. And why do you use learning? Because when you start a sentence with a verb, it has to be with a gerund, ing. Yes? Or maybe Melvin can say, mm, doing exercise is my goal for next year. Yes? Doing exercise. Hacer ejercicio. Doing exercise. Or maybe Constantino can say, buying a new house is my objective for next year. Or Stanley, uh, buying a new car is my objective for next month. Yes. So buying in that case is the gerund. Yes, but it's just describing a normal action, a normal verb. Yes. So that is the first use for gerunds. The second use is after some verbs. We mentioned before after which verbs? After like, after dislike, after enjoy, after don't mind, and after many verbs, you always use gerunds. Always. So you would never say, Melvin enjoys play video games. No, never. How do you say it? Melvin enjoys playing video games. Yes. Melvin dislike eat pupusas? Maybe dislikes eating pupusas. Why? Because if you have an action after the verb dislike, you use gerunds. If you have a verb after the verb enjoy, you use a gerund. If you have a verb after the verb mind, you use a gerund. Yes? And the last one is after prepositions. After all prepositions, you always use gerunds. So you will never say, thank you for send me. Thank you for send me. Thank you for sending me. Thank you for helping me with ing. So why do you use ing? Because you have the preposition for. Yes? Or you can tell me, for example, Nancy will say, oh, teacher, I was thinking about learning another language. I was thinking about learning a new language. Why not about to learn? No, because about is a preposition. And after prepositions, you always use gerunds. Always after prepositions. Yes? After all kind of prepositions. After the preposition before, after, at, by, for, of, about, with all those prepositions, you always have a gerund next to it. Now, sometimes you're going to find phrasal verbs. Who knows what a phrasal verb is? Who knows? No one? Okay. A phrasal verb is a verb, but it's not like a normal verb, because a normal verb, it's only work. This is a normal verb. Work, only one word, work. But if I say work out, this is a phrasal verb. Do you know the meaning of workout?
Trabajo duro.
No, that is hard work. But workout?
Salir del trabajo.
No.
Rutina de ejercicio.
You're close. You're close, super close.
Ah, terminar un trabajo.
No. Christian is super, super close.
Ejercitarse.
Sorry? Who's
Ejercitarse.
Good,
Oh,
Carlos, good. The meaning is to do exercise. I can ask you, how often do you work out? Work out to do exercise. So this is a phrasal verb. And the phrasal verb is one verb with one preposition. But that verb and the preposition create a new meaning. Yes? This is in Spanish. Los phrasal verbs son verbos que van acompañados de una preposición. ¿Sí? Y ese verbo acompañado de una preposición crea un nuevo verbo. ¿Sí? Y muchas veces no funciona eso de traducir literalmente, porque si lo traduce literalmente, trabajar afuera, work out. No, ¿verdad? Entonces, los phrasal verbs son verbos que uno se va aprendiendo en el camino, digamos. Por ejemplo, hay phrasal verbs que ustedes ya se pueden. Get up is a phrasal verb. You have get is the verb, up is a preposition. Wake up, another example. Wake is a verb, up is a preposition. Sit down,
without
verb, and sorry, David?
no nothing, nothing.
Okay. So sit down, sit is a verb, down is a preposition. Or let's see another one. Get out. Get out. I get out the garbage in my house. So get is the verb, out is a preposition. Or take out. Take out, it's similar to get out. Go out. I go out with my friends. I go out with my family. So that go out is a phrasal verb too. Go and the preposition out. And you create a new meaning. Yes? So these are phrasal verbs. And most of the phrasal verbs have one verb and one prepositions. Some phrasal verbs have one verb and two prepositions. For example, let's see, Daniel Peña. Do you get along with your neighbors? Do you get along with your neighbors? Your neighbors, people who live around you. Do you get along with your neighbors?
Uh,
Daniel?
mm, no, do you?
No. Okay, what's the meaning of get along with?
Mm,
Llevarse.
Exactly, llevarse con alguien. Yes?
um,
So, do you get along with your neighbors, Daniel?
oh, yes.
Okay,
Yeah, ¿cómo se dice?
I get along with my neighbors.
I get along with my neighbors.
Okay, so in that case, get is the verb, along, preposition, with preposition. So you have one verb, two prepositions. But most of the phrasal verbs are one verb and one preposition. Another example, let's say that Nancy has a boyfriend. So I ask Nancy, Nancy, did you break up with your boyfriend yesterday? Did you break up with your boyfriend yesterday?
What is the meaning of break up, teacher?
Okay, what is the meaning of break up with, guys?
Romper.
Cortar.
Exactly. To finish a relationship. That is the meaning of break up with. Yes, to finish a relationship. So, did you break up with your boyfriend yesterday?
No, I didn't break up with my boyfriend yesterday.
Perfect. So, no, I didn't break up with my boyfriend yesterday. So, it means that you didn't finish the relationship with him. You are still boyfriend and girlfriend. Yes? So what happens if you have a phrasal verb and then you want to use another verb? Well, if you have a phrasal verb and then you have another verb, the next verb has to be in a gerund form. Why? Because the phrasal verb is ending in a preposition, and after prepositions you use gerunds. Yes? The phrasal verb is ending in a preposition. So if you want to use another verb, that verb needs to be in a gerund form. For example, uh, mhm. Do you know the meaning of look forward to? Look forward to? Do you know the meaning? Look forward to? No? So when you say look forward to is esperar con ansias. Yes? So you can tell your friend, I'm looking forward to, and here this is important because to in this case is not infinitive. To in this case is part of the phrasal verb. Look is the verb, forward preposition, to preposition, and after prepositions you use gerunds. So you're going to say, I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'm looking forward to going uh, to the museum or to a restaurant. I'm looking forward to eating pizza. I'm looking forward to doing the final test. I'm looking forward to having vacation. So you always use the ing. Why? Because in this case, to is not infinitive. To is part of the phrasal verb. En este caso se tienen que fijar que to no es para infinitivo, sino que to le pertenece al phrasal verb. Entonces ya no es para un infinitivo, sino que va a ser un gerundio. ¿Por qué? Porque to en este caso le pertenece al phrasal verb. Entonces viene siendo como una preposición. Yes? So whenever you find a phrasal verb, next one has to be a gerund. Now, what you have to do is that you have to go to Schoology. And in Schoology, you're going to go to week number 4. And in week number 4, you will find a file that is called Guia. Yes? You will enter there and you will download the file. Let me check if I can show you over here what it is. Yes, I can. So I'm going to show you which document it is. It is like this. And it says, only a gerund can follow these verbs. Admit, advise, avoid, be used to, can help, can stand, consider, deny, discuss, dislike, end up, enjoy, feel like, finish, forget, get used to, give up, go on, have difficulty, have problems, have trouble, imagine, it's not used, it's worthwhile, keep, look forward to, mention, mind, miss, recommend, remember, risk, quit, spend time, stop, suggest, think, tolerate, understand, waste time, work at, and like that. So after these verbs, you always use gerunds. And you have the other list of verbs. After the verbs begin, continue, hate, intend, like, love, prefer, and start, you can use infinitive or gerund, and the meaning is not the same. It is the same, sorry, the meaning is the same. There is no change in meaning. They are exactly the same, or 99% the same. Now, the next one is that you can use either a gerund or an infinitive, but the meaning is completely different. So after look back, after forget, after go on, after let me see, just that. After the verb mean and like that. After those verbs, you need to pay attention to. And also what I told you, stop and all those verbs, you need to pay attention to. And here you have some examples with the verb remember, stop, with the verb try, and like that. And infinitive follows the verbs afford, agree, appear, arrange, ask, care, choose, decide, demand, expect, fail, forget. But forget, remember that can be with both situations, infinitive or gerunds. Hope, learn, manage, mean, offer, plan, prepare, pretend, promise, refuse. Remember can be with infinitive and gerunds with different meaning. Seem, stop, infinitive, and gerunds with different meaning. Volunteer, wait, want, and wish. And this is what we are going to do. I need that you get three verbs that are in the list that you can use only with gerunds. And you create three sentences using three verbs where you can use only gerunds. Then you will take three verbs that you can use with infinitive or gerunds with the same meaning. And you create three sentences. Then you take three verbs from the list of verbs that you can use with infinitive or gerunds but different meaning, and you create three sentences. And then you take three verbs that you can use only with infinitives, and then you create three sentences. So, to make it clear, van a escoger tres verbos que ustedes pueden utilizar nada más con gerundio, que el siguiente verbo que le siga es gerundio. Y hacen tres oraciones. Eligen tres verbos que ustedes pueden ocupar, gerundio o infinitivo, con el mismo significado y hacen tres oraciones. Y lo van a hacer con gerundio infinitivo. Y el siguiente, que ocupan gerundio infinitivo, pero con diferentes significados. Y por último, que sea solamente con infinitivo. O sea, solamente con gerundios, solamente con infinitivos, gerundios o infinitivos con el mismo significado, gerundios e infinitivos con diferentes significados. 3, 3, 3 and 3. Entonces van a crear 12. Van a crear 12 oraciones. So, I will give you 10 minutes. 10 minutes. So people who have computer, just to remember, Carlos, Stanley, Christian, Constantino, Caesar, and there is one missing. Who was the other one? And Nancy, sorry. So you're going to work with someone, you have to access to Schoology, and then you project on the screen those verbs so you can work together and create the sentences. I will give you 10 minutes to create the 12 sentences. So you have to work together and fast. So I'm going to create the groups. In the first group, we are going to have, let's see, Nancy and Cecilia. In the second one, Caesar and David. In the number 3, Adolfo and Carlos Eduardo. Number 4, Constantino with Daniel Peña. In the next one, Christian and Javier. And in the last one, Melvin with Stanley. So you will enter right now. Enter, guys. and you have 10 minutes exactly.
This sentence using gerunds. Gerunds. Teacher, could you repeat, please?
Yes.
This,
You will go to week number 4 in
mhm,
Schoology.
mhm.
You enter there and you will see that it says Guía. Download the file and you will see the document that I presented. Yes, where you have the list of verbs followed by infinitive, by gerunds, infinitive and gerunds with the same meaning or different meaning. That one. So you need to take 3 verbs that are followed by infinitives and you create 3 sentences, 3 examples. 3 verbs followed by gerunds and you create 3 examples. 3 verbs followed by infinitive and gerunds with the same meaning and you create 3 examples.
Infinitive, more gerund.
You have 4
I
lists.
mean,
You have 4 lists. First list, gerunds. Second list, infinitives. Third list, infinitive or gerunds with the same meaning. Number 4, infinitive or gerunds with different meaning. So you need to create 3 examples for each list. Yes?
okay.
¿Cómo?
Okay.
Do you know what you have to do, guys?
No.
No. I will tell you in Spanish.
No.
Vaya, ustedes tienen 4 listas de verbos. Tienen una que después de esos verbos ustedes nada más van a ocupar gerundios. ¿Sí? Tienen otra lista de verbos que ustedes pueden ocupar gerundios o infinitivos con el mismo significado. Y tienen otra lista que ustedes pueden ocupar gerundio o infinitivo, pero que el significado va a ser completamente diferente. Y finalmente tienen una lista que ustedes van a ocupar que después de esos verbos solamente van a encontrar infinitivos. Entonces, ¿qué van a hacer? Van a agarrar 3 verbos de cada una de la lista y van a crear las oraciones. Por ejemplo, la primera lista dice Only a gerund can follow these verbs. Solamente gerundios van a encontrar después de todos estos verbos. Si usted tiene este verbo y después quiere poner otro verbo, no lo puede poner nada más así por ponerlo, le tiene que poner el ing. ¿Por qué? Porque después de
Okay.
todos estos verbos siempre va acompañado de gerundios. Entonces, pongamos un ejemplo, el verbo admit. Por ejemplo, si usted quiere decir, yo admito llegar tarde a la clase. Entonces usted va a decir, I admit arriving late to class. Yes. O el verbo advise. Advise es aconsejar. Entonces, si yo le digo, David, yo aconsejo practicar con sus compañeros. So, I advise practicing with your classmates. Entonces, ustedes van a crear las oraciones, ¿sí? Entonces, esta lista de verbos, la primera dice, only gerunds can follow these verbs. Vea la segunda, dice either a gerund or infinitive. Ya sea un gerundio o un infinitivo, puede ir después de todos estos 6 verbos que tienen ahí o 7 y el significado no va a cambiar, va a ser el mismo. Entonces, por ejemplo, begin, continue, hate, intend, like, love, prefer, start. Entonces, agarren 3 de esos y crean las oraciones. I like to play soccer or I like playing soccer. I love to dance or I love dancing. Y el significado es el mismo. Vaya, segunda lista. Tercera lista. Ustedes pueden ocupar gerundio infinitivo con estos verbos que siguen allí, donde dice either a gerund or an infinitive can follow these verbs. Y ahí tienen un cuadro, pero esos cuadros son con ejemplos. Entonces, si se va más abajo, César, porfa. Si se va más abajo, les va a dar la lista. Más abajo.
Más.
No, espera.
Esa es la última
No,
página.
pues no, solo les han puesto la tabla. Pensé que les habían puesto la lista, pero solo les han puesto la tabla, vaya. Por ejemplo, ahí tienen el verbo forget, tienen el verbo go on, tienen el verbo mean, tienen el verbo regret, dele para abajo. Tiene el verbo stop, remember, try. Entonces, después de todos esos verbos, usted va a ocupar un infinitivo o un gerundio, pero usted tiene que tener cuidado porque el significado va a ser diferente si usted ocupa un gerundio o un infinitivo. Entonces escribe 3 ejemplos, ya sea con gerundio, ya sea con infinitivo, como a usted le parezca, porque este tiene unas 2 opciones. Ahora,
Only three example.
only 3
For
examples.
every list.
For every list. The last list is only with infinitive. En la última lista tienen nada más con infinitivo, que es lo último que les aparece. Entonces, 3 examples for each one.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Let me see in French.
Do you understand what you're going to do, guys?
In the
Yes,
Yes.
yes, because vamos a hacer una.
yes, teacher,
Vamos a tomar.
but
Ajá.
we have a doubt.
Ujú. Bueno, lo que tienen que hacer es, ustedes tienen, si se fijan ahí arriba donde está mostrando Carlos ahorita, dice only a gerund can follow these verbs. Entonces ustedes tienen una lista de verbos que va seguida solamente de gerundios, ¿sí?
Yes.
Entonces agarran 3 verbos de esos y hacen 3 oraciones, 3 ejemplos. Listo. Luego tienen una lista donde dice either a gerund or an infinitive can follow these verbs. Entonces el segundo punto dice que puede escoger un infinitivo o un gerundio y el significado es el mismo. Entonces agarra 3 de esos 7 verbos o 8 verbos que tiene allí, los agarra y hace 3 ejemplos. Luego tiene el otro donde dice que usted puede ocupar infinitivo o gerundio, pero que el significado va a ser completamente diferente. ¿Y cuáles son esos verbos? Ahí tiene forget, go on, mean, más abajo tiene remember, más abajo tiene stop, más abajo tiene forget. Entonces,
Ajá.
cada uno de esos 3 verbos los agarra, pone 3 ejemplos. Y luego, para terminar, tiene una lista de verbos que solamente va seguida de gerundios, de infinitivos. Entonces, agarra 3
Ah,
del verbo afford, agree, appear, arrange, ask, care, choose, decide, y
Okay.
pone 3 ejemplos.
ah,
Listo. Yes?
ok. Ajá. Es
Okay,
que
so
ese,
now,
ese era el que no sabíamos.
okay, so now you can start.
Okay.
Más sería eso, begin, continued, hate, hating.
Do you understand what
Like,
you're going to do, guys? Do you understand what you're going to do?
No, not really. For example, the second block, either a gerund or an infinite can follow these verbs, and
Mhm.
that is not change meaning. For example,
Mhm.
if I put I begin learning a new language, is correct?
Yes, it can be. Yes. So I will tell you this in Spanish super fast so that it is clear. Ustedes allí en ese
Okay.
archivo tienen cuatro tipos de listas. La primera lista dice Only
Mhm.
a gerund can follow these verbs. Entonces la primera lista es de todos esos verbos que ustedes tienen allí. Si ustedes deciden, por ejemplo, agarrar el verbo admit y ponen ustedes yo admito, no sé, yo admito copiar en los exámenes. Entonces usted, si usted quiere ocupar un verbo después del verbo admit, ese siguiente verbo tiene que ir en gerundio, siempre. Entonces, ¿cómo lo va a decir usted?
Mhm.
I admit checking my notebook when I do the exams. Or I
Mhm.
admit cheating when I do exams. ¿Sí? Entonces usted admite hacer eso.
Okay.
Entonces agarran
Mhm.
tres verbos, escriben tres ejemplos. Luego la segunda lista dice, either a
Mhm.
gerund or an infinitive can follow these verbs and there is no change in meaning. Entonces, ¿qué le está diciendo? Que con esos ocho verbos, no sé si son ocho o nueve verbos que tiene allí en la segunda parte, con esos ocho verbos usted puede ocupar gerundio o infinitivo y el significado va a ser el mismo. Entonces, supongamos que usted ocupa el verbo begin y usted quiere decir, yo inicio a trabajar a las 8 de la mañana, entonces debe decir I begin to work at 8. O si usted quiere ocupar el gerundio, también
Mhm.
lo puede hacer. I begin working at 8 y el significado es el mismo.
Oh,
Ahora nos vamos con la tercera
okay.
lista.
Okay.
En la
mm,
tercera lista, con estos verbos, usted puede ocupar gerundio o infinitivo, que son esos cuadros que están allí. Ustedes pueden ocupar gerundios o infinitivos y el significado va a ser completamente diferente, entonces tienen que poner atención. Por ejemplo, en esos cuadros ustedes tienen el verbo regret, remember, tienen ejemplos allí, ¿verdad? Stop, el verbo try. Entonces, con esos verbos ustedes pueden ocupar gerundios o infinitivos, pero el significado va a ser diferente, que era lo que veíamos. Si yo digo, I remember to work, recuerdo que tengo que trabajar. I remember working yesterday, me acuerdo que trabajé ayer. Entonces, el significado va a variar. Entonces,
Mhm.
agarran tres de esos verbos y escriben tres ejemplos, ya sea con gerundio o infinitivo porque estos
Okay.
pueden ocupar cualquiera de los dos, pero el significado es diferente.
Mhm.
Y
Okay.
en la segunda lista, en la última lista, perdón, ustedes tienen los verbos que son seguidos por infinitivos, solamente por infinitivos, después de afford, después de agree, después de appear, arrange, ask, care, choose, decide. Después de esos verbos, si usted quiere poner otro verbo, usted tiene que ocupar infinitivo. Por
Mhm.
ejemplo, supongamos que es el verbo decide y usted dice, yo decido comer saludable. Entonces usted va a decir, I decide to eat healthy. Yes?
Mhm.
So
Okay.
take three verbs and create your examples.
Okay.
Continue.
Song is beginning to read. Hi, teacher.
I did.
Do you understand what you have to do, guys?
Uh, so,
Okay, I will tell you in Spanish so that it is clear. Vaya, ustedes si ya revisaron el documento, tienen cuatro listas, ¿verdad? Tienen una lista que es,
yes.
después de esos verbos, ustedes nada más van a ocupar gerundio, que es la primera. Tienen el
Mhm.
segundo punto donde dice, either a gerund or infinitive can follow these verbs. Entonces en la segunda lista ustedes pueden ocupar gerundios o infinitivos y el significado es el mismo. O sea que si yo agarro el verbo begin, entonces begin es iniciar y usted dice, yo inicio a hacer ejercicio. Permítame que Daniel Peña tuvo problemas de conexión y está entrando, lo voy a ir a traer y hi Daniel, you were working with Constantino.
Yes.
Okay, so go with him.
My son is beginning to read.
Ok, entonces si ustedes quieren decir, yo inicio a bañarme a las 7 de la mañana, por ejemplo. Entonces ustedes van a decir, I begin to take a shower, o pueden decir, I begin taking a shower, y el significado es el mismo. ¿Sí? Entonces agarran 3 de esos verbos y escriben sus oraciones. Luego el siguiente punto dice, ya sea gerundio o infinitivo, pueden seguir estos verbos, pero el significado va a cambiar. ¿Sí? El significado es completamente diferente. ¿Cuáles son esos verbos? Forget, dele para abajo, no sé quién manipula, Christian creo. Forget, después de go on, después del verbo mean, dele para abajo, después del verbo regret, después del verbo dele, remember, después del verbo stop. Entonces, después de todos esos verbos, usted puede ocupar un gerundio o un infinitivo, pero tiene que tener cuidado porque el significado es completamente diferente. Yo les daba un ejemplo y les dije, me acuerdo que hice la tarea. I remember doing my homework. Recuerdo que, recuerdo recuerdo la obligación de hacer una tarea. I remember to do my homework. Yes. Y en la última van a ver una lista por ahí que dice infinitivos. Entonces, después de esos verbos, ustedes nada más van a ocupar infinitivo. Después del verbo afford, agree, appear, arrange, ask, care, choose, decide, demand, expect. Por ejemplo, si Javier decide, yo decido viajar el próximo año, entonces él va a decir, I decide to travel next year. Nunca va a poder decir I decide traveling. ¿Por qué? Porque después del verbo decide, si hay otro verbo, tiene que ir con infinitivo. Entonces, I decide to travel. ¿Sí? Después de todos estos verbos, ustedes van a ocupar infinitivos, a excepción de los verbos que ya vimos anteriormente, que es stop, remember, forget, que ellos pueden ir con infinitivos o con gerundio y el significado va a ser diferente. Pero de ahí con el resto, I promise. I promise to invite you to a party next year. Yes? So take 3 and write your examples quickly. Continue.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Okay, teacher. And the first, I can, bueno, se lo voy a decir en español. Nosotros tenemos que utilizar del primer grupo, tomamos un verbo y después de
Tres,
ese verbo tenemos que
tres,
utilizar otro en gerundio.
van a agarrar 3 verbos de la primera lista, 3
Vamos,
verbos de la segunda lista, 3 verbos de la tercera lista y 3 verbos de la cuarta lista. Y ustedes van a crear sus ejemplos con cada uno de los verbos. Ejemplo número 1, allí tienen todos esos verbos. Tienen admit, advise, avoid, be used to, can help, can extend, consider, deny, discuss, dislike, and that, enjoy, feel like, finish, forget, get used to, give up y el resto. Entonces, después de esos verbos, ustedes van a ocupar gerundios. Voy a agarrar el verbo admit, por ejemplo. Entonces vienen ustedes y, ¿qué admito yo? Yo admito copiar en los exámenes. Entonces usted va a decir, I admit cheating on the exams. Or I admit checking my notebook on the exams. I admit checking the internet.
ahí no usamos el verbo to be entonces.
No, no tiene que ocupar el verbo to be, porque si usted ocupara el verbo to be, usted está describiendo una acción que está pasando ahorita,
Ah, okay.
¿sí? Entonces no es obligación que usted esté poniendo el verbo to be. Usted puede decir yo admito tal cosa. Y si es en el pasado, I admit it. Y si es en el futuro, I will admit. Ahí el gerundio va a ser el segundo verbo. El segundo verbo que usted
Um,
ponga
en,
después de
en,
admit.
en mi ejemplo tengo
Ujú.
playing por admit. I admit playing in class.
Yes, I admit playing in class. Admito que juego en clases. Yes,
Okay.
so it can be.
Nos habíamos confundido entonces, habíamos tomado ese verbo y ese verbo habíamos utilizado como gerundio.
No, no, es el siguiente verbo.
Okay.
Después de estos verbos, el que le sigue es el que van a poner en ing.
Okay.
Yes?
Okay.
Okay.
I
Okay,
understand.
continue.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I stopped.
Hi guys. Do,
Hi, teacher.
do you understand what you have to do?
More
Eh,
or, more or less.
Okay, so I will tell you a little bit quickly.
yes.
In Spanish. Váyase para arriba, Stanley. Vaya, ustedes en este documento tienen 4 listas. Tienen una lista de verbos que dice que después de esos verbos, si usted quiere poner otro más a la par de él, ese verbo tiene que ir en gerundio. Dele para arriba, Stanley, porfa. Sube el
¿Dónde están?
documento. Stanley, sube el documento, solo dele para arriba con el mouse.
Que no me sube esa cosa.
O váyase al lado derecho para que suba con la barra, que está al lado derecho al final. Ahí, ahí estaba en la barra ya.
Coloreando está.
Es que creo que presionó algún botón por ahí porque sí está dibujando.
Vaya, Stanley. Subile. Subí la
Ah,
barra.
ajá, vaya, ahí lo bajó, dele para arriba. Ahí va, dele para arriba. Vaya, ahí estamos.
Es
Entonces,
que es claro, teacher. Va por parte.
ok. So, en la primera lista, ustedes tienen que después de todos estos verbos que ustedes tienen aquí, si ustedes quieren poner otro verbo, el otro verbo tiene que ir con gerundio, siempre. Entonces,
Ujú,
después del verbo admit, después del verbo advise, después del verbo avoid y todo el resto, el verbo que le sigue tiene que ser con ing. Entonces, usted quiere decir, por ejemplo, admit. Yo admito, por ejemplo, Christian dijo, yo admito jugar en las clases. Entonces él dijo, I admit playing in class.
ujú.
Si Melvin dice, yo admito copiar en los exámenes. I admit cheating on the exams. ¿Sí? Entonces,
Mi chino.
tiene que ir con ing. El que va con ing es la siguiente acción. El verbo que le sigue es el que va a ir en ing. Entonces, agarran 3 y me escriben 3 ejemplos.
Ujú.
Ahora, si se van al punto número 2, dice, either a gerund or an infinitive can follow these verbs. Ya sea gerundio o infinitivo, puede seguir cualquiera de estos verbos que están aquí y el significado va a ser el mismo. Entonces usted puede ocupar begin, continue, hate, intend, like, love, prefer or start con infinitivo o con gerundio y el significado es el mismo. Por ejemplo, supongamos el verbo start. Start significa iniciar o empezar. Entonces, si usted quiere decir, yo empiezo a trabajar a las 8, entonces usted va a decir, I start to work at 8. O también puede decir, I start working at 8 y el significado es el mismo. Usted puede ocupar infinitivo o gerundio.
Sí.
Ahora, tercer punto. En la tercera lista tiene un cuadro con ejemplos. Entonces, con estos verbos, el verbo forget, el verbo go on, dele para abajo. el verbo remember, el verbo mean, el verbo stop, el verbo forget. Con todos esos verbos, ustedes pueden ocupar infinitivos o gerundios, pero tienen que tener cuidado porque el significado va a ser diferente. Entonces, por ejemplo, si yo digo, recuerdo que cerré la puerta. Imagínense que ustedes van en el carro y dicen,
Esa es la que yo he puesto.
bueno, entonces me acuerdo que cerré la puerta.
Teacher,
I
for
remember
example,
closing the door.
I
Yes?
remember closing my house.
Yes.
Or I remember to close my house.
Yes. Entonces en la primera está diciendo, recuerdo cerrar la casa. Ahí tendría que haber sido la puerta, ¿verdad? Pero, ah, y en la segunda está diciendo, I remember to close. En la segunda está diciendo que usted siempre se acuerda de cerrarla. ¿Sí? Entonces con infinitivo es que se acuerda de hacer eso. Y con el gerundio es que se acuerda que lo hizo. ¿Yes? Bye. Y la última lista que tienen por ahí, denle para abajo. La última lista que tienen es solamente con infinitivos. Entonces, después de esos verbos, ustedes van a ocupar nada más infinitivos. Y eso es lo último. Denle para abajo. Entonces ahí dice, an infinitive follows these verbs. Infinitivos van a seguir esos verbos. El verbo afford, el verbo agree, appear, arrange, ask, care, choose, decide, demand, expect y el resto. Entonces si usted ocupa el verbo choose, choose significa seleccionar o escoger. Entonces usted va a decir, yo escojo trabajar los fines de semana. Entonces usted va a decir, I choose to work on
Work.
weekends. No va a poder decir I choose working. ¿Por qué no? Porque después del verbo choose solo va a ocupar infinitivos. Entonces agarre tres verbos y haga los ejemplos. Obviamente por el tiempo que tienen ahorita solo van a crear un par de ejemplos. Yes?
Okay. Y eso lo vamos a ver a escuela, teacher.
No, just keep it for
Ah,
you.
okay. Nunca. Perfect.
What happened to you guys? Do you have problem with internet?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, were you working together? Were you working together or not?
Yeah.
Really?
In this moment.
Yes, teacher.
No, before. Were you working
Ah,
together? ¿Estaban trabajando juntos?
yes, yes.
Only with Javier.
Okay. Yes, I know that Mary is over there, but he has a problem to be connected. So you two can work over here. Yes? So you can continue.
Okay.
Ok. Se me ha quedado. Continuaste.
Ahí le puedes preguntar. Ahí está, ahí viene.
Teacher, we have a big question.
Yes?
We don't understand the last part. Different meaning.
With different meanings.
Yes.
Okay, with different meaning is that you can use infinitive or gerunds, but the meaning will change. Yes? For example, with the verb go on, with the verb forget, with the verb remember, with the verb stop, with the verb try, you can use infinitive or genuine, but the meaning will be different. For example, if you say, si le da más abajo, ahí va a encontrar los otros verbos. Ahí dice go on, ahí dice remember, stop, try. Entonces, después de esos verbos, ustedes pueden ocupar gerundios o infinitivos. Pero ustedes tienen que poner atención porque no van a tener el mismo significado. No es que, yo le voy a poner un gerundio porque con este puedo ocupar gerundios infinitivos. No, con estos verbos ustedes tienen que poner atención porque el significado es diferente. Por ejemplo, le pongo un caso, el verbo remember. Entonces usted quiere decir, yo me acuerdo, con Melvin estábamos viendo eso, yo me acuerdo que cerré la puerta. Entonces su mamá le pregunta, Nancy, ¿cerraste la puerta? Y usted le dice, yo me acuerdo que cerré la puerta. Entonces usted le va a decir, I remember closing the door. Quiere decir que usted se acuerda que hizo algo. Pero si usted ocupa el infinitivo y usted le dice, I remember to close the door, ahí le está diciendo que usted siempre se acuerda que tiene que cerrar la puerta. ¿Yes? Entonces usted me dice, teacher, I remember doing the activity. Me acuerdo que ya hice la actividad en school. Yo le digo, no, no la he hecho. ¿Cómo no? Porque yo siempre me acuerdo que la tengo que hacer. Yes, because I always remember to do my homework. Yes? Entonces, si ocupa gerundio es un significado diferente. Significa que lo hizo. Si ocupa infinitivo, significa que usted se acuerda que tiene esa obligación. Lo mismo va a pasar con forget. ¿Sí? Pero con try, por ejemplo, si usted ocupa try, si usted ocupa mm, gerundio, por ejemplo, y usted dice, I try, Nancy, usted me dice, fíjese que tengo dolor de cabeza. ¿Y qué hace usted cuando tiene dolor de cabeza? Y usted me dice, oh, I try swimming or I try taking a shower. Entonces usted me dice, yo intento ah, tomar una ducha. Entonces, I try taking a shower. O sea, la manera como lo intenta hacer. Ahora, si usted dice, I try to, usted está explicando que usted lo hace, pero que no es fácil para usted. What do you do when you have a headache? Oh, I try to rest. Intento descansar. Es un poco difícil, pero intento. Lo trato de hacer.
O podría ser I try taking a nap.
I try taking a nap. You are saying that you try. Ahí está diciendo que usted prueba a ver si le funciona eso. ¿Qué hace cuando tiene dolor de cabeza? Yo intento tomar una siesta, pero en ese yo intento tomar una siesta no significa que a usted le es difícil hacer eso, sino que se está diciendo que usted hace eso para probar si así se le mejora. Ahora, si usted ocupa infinitivo y usted dice, I try to take a nap, está diciendo, intento tomar una siesta, pero ahí está diciendo que se le hace difícil hacer eso. I try to take a nap, but it's difficult. Yes. Intento yo.
Cualquiera de las dos es válida.
Cualquiera de las dos es válida, pero lo que ustedes tienen que poner atención es al significado. Si usted, aquí le da la explicación, si usted ocupa try con un gerundio, lo que está expresando usted es que usted está probando algo a ver si le funciona. Y en infinitivo, ¿qué dice allí? To do something that is not easy. Hacer algo que no es fácil para usted. Entonces, usted me dice en la mañana, yo siempre trato de levantarme temprano, pero es difícil. Entonces, I always try to get up early in the morning, but it's difficult. ¿Sí? Y el gerund es que usted prueba a hacer algo a ver si le funciona. Entonces yo le digo, Nancy, ¿qué hace usted para levantarse temprano? Y usted me dice, oh, I try putting an alarm or setting an alarm. Entonces yo intento poniendo una alarma y así me funciona. Yes? So that's the difference.
And maybe an example could be, I forgot to pay the bills and I remember to give her the money.
Yes? In that case, you're saying that you forgot the obligation. And in the second one, you're saying that you remember the obligation too.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay, now let's go back to main session.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Lo de ella, el verbo se le agrega la S. She likes drinking soda.
Okay, guys.
Drinking some.
Now, Christian, can you stop sharing, please?
Yes. Okay.
Thank you, Christian. Okay, so I saw you talking to your classmates, creating the sentences and like that. So we are going to hear Christian and Javier giving us two examples of verbs followed by gerunds. Christian?
Okay. Yes, yes. Um, he admitted taking your eraser.
He admits.
He sorry. He admit taking your eraser.
Good. He admits taking your eraser. Good. Javier?
Okay, your 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 son enjoy watching TV program.
Yes, your son enjoys. You use the S in the verb. Hay que
Okay,
ponerle
enjoys.
la S al verbo si hablan de otra persona. Your son enjoys
Okay, use. Enjoys watching TV program.
watching TV programs. Your son enjoys watching. Tu hijo disfruta ver. Your son enjoys watching TV programs. Good. Now, Nancy, using gerunds or infinitives with the same meaning. You give me one example and Cecilia the second example.
I try learning English.
But try has different meanings. And I need examples with gerunds or infinitives but with the same meaning. With the same meaning, you can use like, love, hate.
I
I like
I
cooking the
love
dinner.
dancing.
Okay, let's see. Cecilia, what do you say?
I love dancing.
I love dancing. Nancy?
I like cooking the dinner.
Yes. So you can say, I like cooking the dinner or I like to cook the dinner. You can say, I love dancing or I love to dance. And the meaning is the same because with those verbs you can use infinitive or gerunds. Melvin, tell us an example using infinitive or gerunds but with different meaning. Different meaning. Melvin works with Stanley. So one Melvin and one Stanley.
Eh, I stopped
Stop.
playing video game. Stop play video game.
Good. Stanley?
I remember closing the house door.
Good. So I stopped playing video games. You don't play anymore. So in that case, with gerund, if you use infinitive, the meaning will be different. I stopped to play video games. Probably you were doing something else and then you started playing video games. Yes. Next one, Caesar. Who was your partner? Daniel Pena.
David,
David. Okay. So tell us two examples using only infinitives.
infinitives. Let's see. I expect to provide the details after the meeting.
Good. I expect to provide, and then the rest of information. Good. And David? David. Well, he
I
got what?
believe that he had a problem. He has a problem.
Okay. So you can use more verbs like I want to study, I need to work, I would like to play video games, so like that. With those verbs, you always use infinitives. Now, next one, we had Carlos Eduardo. Who was your partner?
Era
Daniel Peña.
mm, I
Adolfo?
for Adolfo.
Okay. So, one example and one example using infinitives.
Okay, and I promise to drink more water
Good.
first. Um,
Adolfo?
I prepare to travel to the ocean in my new boat.
Good, good. Next one, Christian. Christian and Javier, if I don't make a mistake. So with gerunds, you gave the first example, if I don't make a mistake.
Yes.
Okay, so forget it. There is someone missing. Who is it? Constantino? No. Do you
Yes.
say it, Constantino?
Uh, Excuse me, repeat.
Do you participate?
No, no,
No. Okay, so you were missing. Give me an example using only gerunds.
only girl. He is like swimming in the pool.
Yes. Now, Daniel?
Uh, I feel like to driving a sport car.
No, you cannot say I feel like to driving. No, because after feel like you need gerund only.
Uh, mm,
I feel
I
like,
lo-
I feel like,
I feel like driving or
I feel like driving.
driving. I feel like driving a sport car.
Exactly. So when you say I feel like, that means se me antoja o tengo ganas de.
Oh,
I feel like dancing, I feel like swimming, I feel like playing video games, I feel like pizza. Pizza is not an action, but you can say it. I feel like pizza. No lo van a traducir como me siento como pizza. No, ¿verdad? Es que
okay.
tengo ganas de. Ese es un phrasal verb también. Entonces, ese like, miran, feel like, feel es el verbo, pero like no va a ser un verbo en ese caso. Va a ser una preposición. Entonces, por eso se ocupa
Mm,
el gerund. I feel like dancing, I feel like swimming, I feel like playing. Now, just to finish, I want to test how much you understood. Now, we are going to watch a video and you're going to help me out completing these things. Okay, first person, Nancy. Do you enjoy, and there you have the picture, do you enjoy what? Nancy? Nancy?
Do you
Can
enjoy
you hear me, guys? Do you enjoy?
skiing?
Skiing. Good. Do you enjoy skiing? Christian. I sometimes dream about, Christian,
Flying.
about flying. About is a preposition, so you use a gerund. Caesar. Caesar?
Yes, I'm trying to guess. Judging.
Good. Judging should be an exercise in objectivity. So you start an action, you use the gerund. Next one will be Stanley. Have you ever wished for a career in what? Stanley?
So I don't know, teacher.
She won an Oscar because she's an actress. So she's asking you, have you ever wished for a career in what?
Acting,
In acting.
acting.
So in is a preposition, you need to use ing. This one is for Adolfo. Look at the picture, what they are doing, and then you complete it. I have given,
Camping.
good, I have given camping, le he dado a acampar, a fair try. Una intentada. But I still don't like it, pero todavía no me gusta. Next one, Javier. Javier, some of my friends work at stores in the mall, and others earn extra money by Javier. No one? Any idea, guys?
Caring,
By taking care. Taking care is the word.
taking care.
By taking care of children, maybe, or by babysitting. This is for Melvin. My favorite pastime is
Swimming.
maybe swimming, but in this case, snorkeling. Next one, Cecilia. Cecilia?
Typing?
Good. Typing is a useful skill that could help you get a job next summer. Next one and the last one will be for Daniel Peña. Daniel?
That's think that planting.
Probably, or farming. I guess we have a last one. So yes, the last one. This is for, let's see, Constantino. Constantino?
I don't know, running.
Yes, it could be running or jogging. And there you have things for watching. Okay, so that's a way that you use gerunds. I know that sometimes it's a little bit confusing because you have different lists, but the only thing that you need to pay attention is how to use it. Yes? Because if you know that after that verb you have to use gerunds, people will understand you better when you speak. Yes? So now just to finish the attendance. First person, Felix Ernesto Castellanos. Well, he was there. So it's not here. Carlos Eduardo Barrera.
Present.
Cesar.
Present.
Christian.
Present.
Adolfo.
Present.
Cecilia.
Present.
Kenya is not here. Nancy.
Present.
Good. David. Well, he's there. Melvin.
Present.
Oscar. Helper of internet. Constantino.
Present.
Mario. Well, he's there. Stanley.
Present.
Javier. Well, Javier is there. Brenda is working.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Daniel Peña.
Present.
Okay. And Lizeth Vanessa, that we don't know who she is. So that's all for now. We are going to continue on Monday. Yes? You can complete the exercises that you have in the exercise that you have in week number 4, but the exercise number 1. The exercise number 1. Yes? So I see you on Monday and have a nice weekend. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Good
Bye.
night.